This study illustrates the mind is the most powerful tool we possess. Everything begins with a thought. Every success, every failure. What this study illustrates, every moment of progress or pain starts in the mind. The way we think shapes the way we live. That study illustrates why mastering your thoughts is the foundation of mental strength. Without control over the mind, no amount of physical strength, talent, illustrates or opportunity can bring lasting growth. It all starts from within. The thoughts we entertain every single day become the building blocks of our beliefs, our actions, and ultimately our destiny. If your mind is filled with fear, doubt, and negativity, your actions will reflect hesitation, self-sabotage, and playing small. But if your mind is filled with belief, clarity, and determination, then your actions will show confidence, boldness, and resilience. What this study illustrates. The first step to mastering your mind is to become aware of the thoughts that run through it. Illustrates. Most people don't even realize how many times they are feeding their mind with limitations. They say things like, I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. Or what if I fail? And they repeat those thoughts so often that they begin to believe them. And once you believe something, you start acting on it. You play it safe. You shrink. You avoid risks, not because you can't succeed, illustrates, but because your mind has already convinced you that you can't. To change your life, you must first change your thoughts. Illustrates. That means becoming intentional about what you allow to live in your mind. You don't have to accept every thought that pops up. You can challenge it. This illustrates what you can replace it. When your mind says, you can't, you respond, watch me. When it says, this is too hard, you remind yourself, this is how I grow. It's not about pretending life is easy. What this study illustrates about refusing to let fear be your default setting. You cannot stop every negative thought, but you can stop feeding them. This study illustrates thoughts grow when they are watered. If you focus on problems, they expand. If you focus on solutions, your confidence grows. Start catching yourself when your inner voice turns critical. If you wouldn't say it to someone you love, don't say it to yourself. Speak power into your mind, not poison. Words have energy. They shape how we see ourselves and what we expect from life. Replace, I'm stuck with, I'm learning. Replace, I'm not ready with, I'm preparing. The language you use to describe your life becomes the reality you live in. Mastering your thoughts also means protecting your mental space. What are you watching, reading, listening to, and surrounding yourself with? Is it building your mindset or breaking it down? Every input you consume is either planting seed strength or seeds of self-doubt. You have a choice. Choose wisely. Fill your mind with content that makes you think, dream, and grow. Feed it with the stories of people who overcame, who persisted, who turned pain into purpose. Let that energy become your environment. In moments of fear or anxiety, don't let your thoughts spiral. Pause. Breathe. Observe. Most of what we fear never actually happens. The mind can create storms that don't even exist. Mastering your thoughts requires that you separate emotion from fact. Just because a thought feels real doesn't mean it's true. Your brain is wired to protect you, not necessarily to empower you. It's up to you to train it to see possibilities instead of only danger. Train your thoughts like a muscle. At first, it's uncomfortable. At first, the negative voice is louder. But with time, repetition, and effort, study illustrates, the positive voice grows stronger. Rewiring your thinking isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up for your mind the way you show up for your goals. You can't wait for confidence to show up. You build it by mastering the conversation in your head. Your thoughts are either lifting you up or holding you back. There is no neutral ground. So take back control. Become the gatekeeper of your mind. Only let in what serves you. Filter out what weakens you. Build a mindset so strong that no doubt can shake it, no failure can break it, and no fear can stop it. That's how you strengthen your mind from within. By mastering your thoughts, you unlock your true power. Discomfort is not the enemy. It is the birthplace of growth, strength, and transformation. Study illustrates. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful had to walk through the fire of discomfort. It's not always glamorous. It's rarely easy, but it is absolutely necessary to strengthen the mind from within. One must be willing to lean into discomfort instead of running from it. Most people avoid anything that makes them feel uncertain, nervous, or exposed. But those exact feelings are signals that you are stretching beyond your limits. They are signs that you're growing. When things feel hard, this illustrates it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means you are on the path that leads to greatness. Nothing powerful is built inside comfort zones. Comfort keeps you stagnant. It tricks you into believing that safety equals success. But the truth is, if you never challenge yourself, you'll never discover who you truly are. Every great story has moments of doubt, fear, pain, and discomfort. Those are not setbacks. If they are setups for breakthroughs, if you want to build a strong mind, you must make discomfort your ally. Welcome it. Respect it. Learn from it. This study illustrates the days you don't want to show up but do anyway. That's where strength is forged. The moments when you feel tired, discouraged, or out of place, those are the proving grounds. You don't need to feel ready. You need to be willing to endure the awkward, the painful, and the uncertain, because those moments are not punishment. They are preparation. Discomfort teaches you resilience. It teaches you how to adapt, illustrates how to stay grounded when the world feels shaky. It's easy to be confident when everything is going your way. But true strength is built when nothing is going your way and you keep moving forward anyway. That kind of inner strength can't be faked. It has to be earned. And discomfort is the price of entry. Too often people chase ease, and when life gets hard, they retreat. They quit on themselves. They look for shortcuts. But shortcuts rob you of the depth, wisdom, and resilience that come from the full journey. Discomfort sharpens you. Study illustrates. It exposes your weaknesses and shows you where you need to. Doesn't lie, doesn't flatter. It reveals truth. And in that truth, illustrates, you find the opportunity to level up. Growth doesn't come in the moments of comfort. It comes when you are uncomfortable, but choose to stay in the fight. Illustrates. When you are scared, but choose courage. When you feel lost, but decide to keep going. That decision, repeated over and over, becomes unshakable mental strength. Discomfort also humbles you. It reminds you that progress takes work. It takes sacrifice. It takes discipline. There is no growth without resistance. Think of a muscle. You can't build it without tension. You have to push it, tear it, stretch it. Only then does it rebuild stronger. The mind works the same way. You have to challenge it, push past your limits. Do the things that make you uncomfortable. Speak up when it's easier to stay silent. Try again when failure feels fresh. Stand tall when everything in you wants to sit down. Study illustrates how you build a mindset doesn't crack under pressure. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the less power it has over you. It illustrates what once felt terrifying becomes manageable. What once seemed impossible becomes routine. But it only happens through repeated exposure, through action, study, through disciplines, and through a willingness to be uncomfortable again and again until growth becomes your default response. The truth is, illustrates, life will always bring discomfort. You can't avoid it forever, but you can choose how you respond to it. What this study illustrates, you can let it break you or you can let it build you. The choice is always yours. Mental strength isn't about pretending things are easy. This study illustrates. It's about knowing they're hard and doing them anyway. What this study illustrates. It's about waking up each day with the mindset that pain is not a signal to quit. It's a signal to grow. And every time you endure discomfort with purpose, you become stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and you start becoming the person who creates it. That is the power of embracing discomfort. It's not just about getting through the tough times. Study illustrates about using them to forge the mindset of a warrior, one who doesn't back down, one who doesn't break under pressure. Study illustrates one who doesn't fear the fire because they've learned to walk through it. A strong mind is not built overnight. It is not a gift, and it is not something that appears when you need it most. It is built every single day through discipline, routine, and conscious effort. Just like the body requires consistent training to grow stronger, the mind demands daily practices to stay focused, resilient, and sharp. A daily mental routine is the foundation of lasting inner strength. It creates structure. It sets the tone. It becomes the anchor that keeps you grounded when life becomes overwhelming. Without a routine, the mind becomes reactive. It absorbs whatever the world throws at it It gets pulled by distractions, emotions, and other people's opinions. But with a strong routine, you take control. You decide how your day begins. You decide what thoughts you feed. You decide what energy you carry. Illustrates. One of the most powerful things you can do each day is start with intention. The first few minutes of your morning are crucial. They shape the mindset you carry into everything that follows. Instead of reaching for your phone and flooding your brain with noise, choose to start with clarity. Breathe deeply. Sit in silence. Reflect. Set your goals. Visualize your day. Feed your mind with empowering thoughts before the world has a chance to feed it with doubt. Illustrates. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of stillness and focus in the morning can create a massive shift in your mental state. Over time, this simple practice builds discipline, presence, and emotional control. It reminds you that you are in charge of your mindset, not your circumstances. Writing is another powerful habit to include in your mentoline route. Journaling helps you organize your thoughts, track your growth, and this illustrates and express emotions in a healthy way. Write your goals, write your fears, write your wins. Use your illustrate as a mirror to understand where your mind is and where you want it to go. This builds awareness, illustrates, and awareness is the first step to mastery. You cannot change what you don't acknowledge. Through writing, you can process what's holding you back and redirect your focus to what matters most. Another key habit is feeding your mind with positivity. Read books that challenge your thinking. Listen to podcasts that inspire and educate. Surround your mind with voices that lift you up, not drag you down. Illustrates. What you consume shapes how you think, and how you think shapes how you act. So be intentional about the content you allow into your mental space. Illustrates. Make it a part of your daily routine to seek growth. Learn something new. Stretch your thinking. Engage in conversations that matter. Illustrates. Small daily inputs add up to massive shifts over time. Gratitude is also a powerful tool to train the mind. Each day, take a moment to focus on what is going right. Not everything has to be perfect, but there's always something to be grateful for. Gratitude straightens the attitude, shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from fear to faith, from stress to calm. Study illustrates. It trains your mind to see opportunity even in the middle of struggle. Practicing gratitude builds emotional resilience and rewires your brain to seek the good in every situation. Your mental routine should also include movement. Physical activity is not just for the body, it's fuel for the brain. Whether it's a workout, a walk, or a few minutes of stretching, moving your body helps clear mental fog, release tension, and boost focus. It sharpens your mind and builds discipline. Make movement a non-negotiable part of your day, and you'll notice your energy, clarity, and mental strength rise. Most importantly, keep your routine consistent. Consistency is what turns small actions into powerful habits. It's easy to feel motivated for a few days, but true strength is built in the days when motivation fades and you show up anyway. That's when the real transformation happens. Illustrates. You don't need a complicated routine. You need a simple one that you follow with commitment. Even 10 to 20 minutes a day dedicated to your mental growth can create lifelong change. The mind becomes what it repeatedly does. If you train it daily to focus, reflect, and grow, it will become strong enough to handle anything life throws your way. Illustrates. A daily mental routine is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up for yourself, even when no one is watching. It's about choosing to lead your mind instead of letting it be led. That is how inner strength is built, not by chance, not by luck, but by the quiet. Illustrates. Consistent daily work of sharpening your mindset, one thought, one habit, one day at a time. We study illustrates. The people and environments we surround ourselves with have a powerful impact on our thoughts and behaviors. Just like food fuels the body, what this study illustrates, energy fuels the mind. If you want to strengthen your mind with it, you must become intentional about the energy you allow into your space. This means letting go of what drains you and welcoming what uplifts you. Every conversation, every interaction, and every environment you expose yourself to either builds your mindset or chips away at it. Mental strength requires protection. Illustrates. And protecting your energy is one of the most important steps you can take. Negative energy is contagious. When you're constantly around people who complain, gossip, doubt, or discourage, their mindset starts to rub off on you. Study illustrates. You begin to question your own path. You begin to see the world through a lens of fear instead of faith. You start to limit your thinking and lower your standards just to fit in. But the truth is, you don't grow in spaces that suppress your potential. Illustrates. You grow in environments that challenge and encourage you. You grow when you are surrounded by people who believe in possibilities, who speak with purpose, and who act with vision. To build a strong mind, seek out those who inspire you to think bigger, work harder, and become better. Study illustrates. Surround yourself with people who celebrate progress, not perfection. What this study illustrates, people who hold you accountable to your goals and remind you of your strength when you forget it. The right energy will elevate you. It will illustrates. It will spark your creativity, fuel your ambition, and expand your belief in what's possible. Sometimes this means making difficult choices. Illustrates. It means distancing yourself from relationships that drain your peace. It means saying no to toxic patterns and environments that no longer serve your growth. This is not about arrogance or isolation. It's about alignment. You cannot grow in soil that poisons your roots. You must choose spaces that nurture your mindset, protect your vision, and respect your purpose. Positive energy is not just about people. It's also about what you expose your mind to every day. The media you consume, the music you listen to, this study intents, the content you scroll through, these things shape your inner dialogue more than you realize. Choose to consume content that builds your character. What this study illustrates, expands your thinking and fills you with strength. Replace mindless scrolling with purposeful learning. Replace noise with knowledge. Let your daily inputs reflect the person you are becoming. Protecting your energy also means taking care of your emotional space. Create time for stillness. Disconnect from chaos. Spend time in nature. Meditate. Reflect. Breathe deeply. The world is noisy, and if you don't create moments of peace, study illustrates, you'll be swept up in the noise. Strong minds are built in stillness, not in chaos. When you slow down, you hear your intuition more clearly. You understand what matters and what doesn't. You learn to respond instead of react. That's real power. You don't have to chase peace. It illustrates. You create it by choosing where you focus your energy. Illustrates. Another part of surrounding yourself with positive energy is learning to become your own source of it. Be the person who brings light into the room. Speak life into others. Celebrate other people's wins. Encourage, uplift, and inspire. Not just for others, illustrates, but because it reinforces the energy you want to live in. The more positivity you give, the more it flows back to you. It illustrates. And when you operate from a mindset of abundance, you stop competing and start creating. You stop comparing and start connecting. Study illustrates. You stop waiting for good energy and start becoming it. You also learn to set boundaries. Not every situation deserves your energy. Not every comment needs your response. Protect your focus by guarding your time, your attention, and your peace. This study illustrates. Say yes to growth and no to anything that compromises your mental clarity. This isn't selfish. It's necessary. Your energy is your power. Use it wisely. The stronger your environment, the stronger your mind. Choose friends who push you to be your best. Choose content that expands your world. Choose habits that protect your peace. Your surroundings are either helping you rise or keeping you stuck. When you surround yourself with positive energy, study or illustrates, your confidence grows, your vision sharpens, and your drive intensifies. You begin to believe in yourself more because the energy around you reflects your highest self. And that is how mental strength is sustained, not just by fighting inner battles, but by creating an outer world that supports your inner greatness. When your environment fuels your mindset, illustrates, you don't just survive, you thrive.